Yo guys, what is up? This is Tom from Unreal Meta and welcome back to a new video. Today I'm going to show you the full process of creating a cinematic scene, how I create them. Except one little thing, I've been sitting here for 3 hours already creating this character I will use in the scene, and it was so nerve-wracking. But I finally got to the point where I say it's good. So I made the eyes, the eyebrows, hair, and this yellow hoodie and jeans. And I made it yellow because I want this drama, sci-fi, horror feeling in the scene. Now I see a little bug here. Let's fix that really quick. Okay, fine. And the character is ready to go. I just have to add some boots, so let's do that really quick. Let's increase the view distance to 3000, or let's do 10,000 and it's okay. So we got one boot. Let's shrink that down a little bit. Okay, this is good, and let's do this on the other side too. So copy paste and then the scale -1. Let's do all transforms, and now -1. And we have the boot for the other side too. One last thing, we have to cut the feet. So let's do that really quick. Just select all those vertices, okay, and cut them away. A little bug here. And it's fine. Okay, nice. Let's join them and add a material. So I got this diffuse texture. And a normal map. The scene is very big, but I like to add as much detail as I can, so I will add the normal map. And then the ambient occlusion, I just do that with the mix RGB, then multiply, and you can see how the value changes, and they got some nice ambient occlusion. Yep, that looks nice. Now let's move on to creating the scene. I like to have a beach with sand that is volcanic sand, and I have to add a displacement texture at first. So let's go and add a plane. Maybe let's scale this by 10, and this is way too small. Yep, that should be fine. Yeah, I think this works. Should be okay. I have to decide where the ocean begins. I just do it like this. Yeah, this is okay. Now let's do all transforms, set the origin again, and subdivide this. and again subdivide and set it to a value of like 100. Yep, this is okay. And these are a lot of vertices, but that should be fine. Just don't add too much materials, but Blender can handle a very good vertice count. Now a displacement map, texture, and let's add a texture here. I decided I take the sand height texture, and this looks very fine. Let's smooth that out. And now the strength, not so high, like this. Okay. Then let's go to new and add some ambient occlusion. Ambient occlusion. What we need to is the sand textures. So I forgot I have an AO already. So let's use that with a mix, a mix RGB node. This goes into the base color, the albedo into color 1, this into color 2. And let's set this to multiply and a high value. And this looks nice, okay. Now let's add the normal map. I just search for NOMA. And set this to non-color data so you don't get any bugs or stuff. And this looks fine, but let's click A and then U, Smart UV Project. And this got projected and looks good, okay. Now you can click Ctrl T. To adjust the scale of it. Yeah, let's do 5 or, yeah, 5. Okay, nice. I think that's it for the sand. This looks good. Now let's add a sun, so we have better lighting. Rotate it a little bit, like this. But I want long shadows. Okay, this is fine. And it looks good. Now you can see the sand is rippled because we added this displacement texture, but we can go to sculpting too and add some bigger ripples in the sand. Okay, an important thing before you do this is turn off the displacement and then sculpt it. Otherwise you get some weird bugs. And this should work. Yep. Let's decrease that value even a bit more to like 0.2. Yep, and now we have to add the water. So let's add a plane. scale this again to something very big. Make sure it overlaps your ground. Because now you can sculpt the ground and make so the water flows not in there. And make it blend. And if you have a good result, you can rearrange the scene. So this has to go more to the left side. Let's move this. Yep. Okay. And now let's make a water material. Okay, this will be a simple ocean material. I just add a Fernel node. Let's set the IOR to 0.8 and then a mix shader with a transparent BSDF. This goes into this shader and this goes into factor. Then we need a volume scatter node. This goes into the volume, of course. And let's add a color ramp in between here. This goes to 0.2. Nice anisotropy. Okay. And the metallic value to 1. Specular stays the same and 0.05 to the roughness value. Now we need a big sphere. This has to cover all the scene like this and give this a new material. And now let's go to viewport display under this tab and display as bound. Okay, let's delete that. And this will be a transparent BSDF. Let's connect that. Fine, and now we can tweak some values and render this in cycles. Let's make the sun brighter. And add an ocean modifier. Experiment a bit with those values. And now we can apply this ocean modifier and sculpt a bit. And in rendered mode, the ocean looks like this. It's still very dark, but it's okay. Okay, let's adjust the color of the ocean. This bluish color is very nice. But I have to adjust some things because of the ground here. So let's do that really quick by just extruding it. So I just pick this side and extrude it. This doesn't need to be pretty or stuff. So the ocean is deep and I make it like this. Nice. And of course you can sculpt it a little bit, but I will just leave it like that. Fine, this looks very nice. So let's add an HDRI or background image. And let's add our character. 90 degrees. Okay. And move it up. Nice. And we can actually zoom in a bit. So let's set this to 120, like this. Or let's say 90. Yeah, it is better. And then camera to view. So this is 1/3, 1/3, and on this axis there's this character. Okay, I fixed those few things and decided to leave the sun in and extrude that a bit. Again, this doesn't have to be pretty, and the same thing with the ocean. Just extrude it. Very long, and I added this big cube with a volume like this. I will show you in a second. This is the volume. We can make it longer, of course. Nice. And the scene has to be very foggy. Okay, these values work the best for me. Now I want to move the ocean a bit. Because I want to have more ocean in the scene. Yeah, actually, let's do a bit more. Yep, this is way better. And now I just add stuff on the ground and a few rocks, improve the ground a bit, and then I will show you the final result. I hope you liked this process, and if yes, leave a thumbs up. If not, leave a thumbs down. I'll see you next time, and bye.